Hello and welcome to Under the Visor, the Formula One podcast where one of us knows exactly what he's talking about.
And the other one is trying to avoid a paddock scandal in Italy.
Yeah, I'm Karl.
And I'm Harry. I'm not doing that again. I'm Tom. Welcome to see you all here again. Now, this is take two.
Yeah.
Because Karl did a Tom.
I'll
take full of it. And he had no audio the first time, so we're re-recording it. So this one's going to be better than ever. But yeah, so we're doing this again.
Yeah.
And this one's just going to be. Go on, sorry.
I was going to say we've just recorded an hour and 10-minute podcast. So it's now 1:45 in the morning. I'm yet to edit and distribute, ready for the 6 a.m. launch. I've got an 18-month-old asleep in the room next to me who's going to wake up at some point in the night. I've got an arsehole of a dog that's going to wake me up at some point in the night. And I need to be up by 7 to drop him off at childcare and get to work. So this is going to be a quick fire. Let's just talk about what's happened this week in the news and a look forward to a race.
Yeah, so we're just going to cover the news. And there is quite a lot of news to cover this time. So we're just going to cover the news and we're going to give you the stuff ready for the Miami Grand Prix. Let's go. We're back into racing. Anyway.
So we'll start with the biggest story of the week then, the tax investigation in Italy involving multiple F1 teams and drivers.
Yes. So this is one of those stories that sounds boring until you realise how huge it could be. Apparently, Italian authorities are looking into whether drivers and teams have properly paid their taxes or earnings linked to races in Italy, Monza, Imola, and even Mugello. Now, they can only sort of, I think it's like a £10,000 limit. It's a civil thing. If they hit 50,000, it's a criminal thing. So, we don't know much about it at the moment. But the Italian the Italian prosecutors are looking into it.
And we're talking hundreds of millions potentially as well.
Yeah, exactly. Now, to be clear, this isn't half the grid under arrest. It sounds more like an investigation to how income is declared and taxes across the jurisdictions, and where Formula One gets complicated very quickly. Yeah,
so kind of makes sense because a lot of the drivers live in Monaco, don't they? Teams are based in Britain, but the races happen all over the world.
Yeah, and sponsors are everywhere. Yeah. And legally, it's an accounting maze. Like we were talking about before, British drivers can only spend 30 days in the UK for tax reasons. The reason they live in Monaco is obviously it saves them a lot of tax. So then that's why Goodwood is always a week either side of the Formula One, so they can maximise the amount of F1 drivers they had. If they had them in November, then they wouldn't be able to get as many F1 drivers. So it's a minefield, really, the income and taxes of an F1 driver.
But how does it work then? So do they pay tax to the country that they're racing in, race by race, or?
So they pay their own taxes, and the teams will pay taxes. I'm not sure how it works really, but it's a bit like we were saying in Australia. They all had to leave very quickly before Australia started charging them taxes and stuff like that. So they try and get around it by not being in the countries too long. But that really is the big question. This could lead to some huge conversation if it develops.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, can you imagine being audited by the Italian government because you finished in P7 in Monza?
Most expensive point finishing ever.
Yeah. But could this, if something does come of it, could it financially ruin some of the smaller teams?
Do you want my honest opinion?
I suppose the amount of tax they pay is relevant to the amount of income they've got, so...
It is. But also, I think we've had a 5-week gap without any racing, and we're trying to find stuff to talk about. We're trying to find stuff to talk about. The press is trying to find stuff to talk about. Yeah. Do I think we'll hear anything more about it? I don't think so. But the next point again linked to Italy, is something I
Yeah.
do think we're going to hear more about.
Yeah, so reports are coming in of an unnamed Formula One driver being linked in an Italian police investigation.
And before anyone starts panicking, nobody's been publicly named. We don't know whether it's a current or an ex Formula One driver.
No.
But at the moment, it's paddock gossip.
It is paddock gossip, but there is a criminal investigation being undertaken.
Yes.
Now, it's the Milan police who are investigating it, and it's tied to an illegal escort/events network.
Lady of the Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't know what involvement this unnamed driver has had in this. Again, it could be just another one of these strange off-track scandals. I mean, we've had quite a few over the years.
Oh, loads. We've had Crashgate, which was Nelson Piquet Jr. smashing into the wall, giving Alonso the race win, which inevitably stopped Massa winning the championship, which he is now suing the FIA and the FOM because he didn't get the world championship. We've had Spygate. We've had talking about Spygate. Did you know they actually have lasers? Have you heard about this?
I have heard, yeah.
They can point them through the windows of motorhomes and listen to what the teams are talking about, which is crazy. We have had drivers being arrested, team bosses doing team boss things. Flavio Briatore. So it's F1 is not averse to a scandal. In fact, they quite enjoy it.
And we've even discussed this evening, in the next gap of no races, we probably are going to end up doing an episode on scandals that have happened in F1.
In F1, driver and team scandals, and because there's a lot to cover there. But moving on to a much happier story. Correct.
Mr. Sebastian Vettel has run a sub 3 hour London Marathon.
Did you even know he was going to enter it?
Not a clue.
No, neither did I. But that's Vettel. But that's really elite. You know, that's an elite time. People forget how, these guys are serious athletes, seriously fit.
Yeah, I mean, there's a misconception that they just sit down in a car and turn a wheel.
We'll try surviving Singapore at 50-degree heat in a cockpit and then run a marathon.
Yeah, well, I know which I'd rather do, run a London Marathon or sit in a cockpit driving a car.
I'd sit in the cockpit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think his legacy has improved since he stopped.
It has. He raced and raised money for, I think it was the Brain and Spine something charity, and an F1 charity as well. And I believe, I don't know the official record, but he's raised in a single fundraiser the most amount of money for that F1 charity.
Right.
As well.
He's just a genuinely nice guy, and he doesn't need all the stuff following him around. He does things under the wire. Like, he doesn't need all the, well done, you're doing such a great job. Like when he picked up litter at Silverstone, just turned up at a grandstand and started picking up litter. Nobody knew he was going there. He just decided to go and do it. Whereas other F1 drivers need a lot of, you're doing so great. That's really good. Vettel just gets on and does it.
Yeah. So, next rumour.
Another one.
A new car manufacturer potentially looking at Formula One, BYD.
Now, aren't they fully electric?
They are fully electric. BYD, which stands for Build Your Dreams. They make some very good electric cars. And now again, it's just rumour, but it could be another car manufacturer.
But if it's true, that, like you say, it's another major manufacturer looking to enter Formula One after Audi.
It says a lot about how where F1 is commercially.
Yeah, exactly. 20 years ago, manufacturers were leaving left, right, and centre, and now they're queuing up to get back into the sport or into the sport for the first time.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't push it more down the electric route. Really, we want to go back to putting a V10 in the car. Yeah, use your biodiesel or whatever they call it, biopetrol, whatever it is, but it'd be interesting.
I think, because obviously we're in a 50-50 combustion electric engine era.
Yeah.
I foresee if they do come in, they'll either partner with a team. They won't become a team. They will partner with somebody to work on the electric element of the car for that team, is what I think will probably happen. And I think that's probably quite a good advantage for whichever team that becomes.
Yeah, it suddenly becomes very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, is that all the news?
There's a couple more. It isn't a week in the world of motorsport without a Christian Horner rumour.
What's he done now, of course?
He was at the MotoGP in Spain at the weekend and was seen conversing with the head of the FIA.
Right.
Now, that could very much be a catching up with friends kind of conversation. The speculation is, Christian Horner's talking, he's going to come back to F1. I think it's just a bunch of paddock smoke. And, you know, he's very much into his MotoGP. Could he be looking at coming into the MotoGP world? Or could it just be, like I say, to
yeah, I mean, I can't see him coming back to F1. I think his reputation's been too tarnished there. Liberty now are involved, Liberty Media, who own Formula One, are now involved in MotoGP. Okay. So who knows, he might go over there and try and do something. But again, there's so much politics around him. He obviously wants to come back and do something, but we'll see.
Yeah. Couple of quick fire events. Alonso retirement rumours again.
Oh, he'll be racing 2047.
Yeah.
There's no chance of him retiring.
No.
And I have some big news.
Go on then.
McLaren have signed a new person.
Hang on a minute. No way.
Yes. A massive star.
Yeah.
Newly signed.
Yeah.
British. Elite athlete. British.
Yeah.
In their golf division, Justin Rose.
Yes.
Old Rosie.
Yeah. So McLaren, McLaren as a car manufacturer is branching out into the world of golf.
Yes, and Justin Rose is not shy to all of this. He's invested in brands before, and he is a major investor. I think he's the biggest investor into this new McLaren golf thing.
He's a global ambassador and investor.
Yeah, so it would be interesting to see how that goes. We won't delve into it too deeply. I mean, Justin Rose is a massive, you know, he did really well at the Masters. I really like golf as well. So we'll have to see how that transpires.
Yeah, well, more news on the 29th. So we'll see. Because I think there's 4 people in total.
I think there's 4 people involved, yeah, but I don't know. We didn't know who any of them were. Obviously, we've now been announced that Justin Rose is one of them. We'll see who else there is tomorrow and the next day, I would have thought. Yeah, so we'll be on the 28th. So we'll see.
Yeah, now it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We're on the 28th, yes.
Yeah.
So, Miami.
Yes. I think that McLaren will hopefully be okay. They'll be quite quick.
Yeah.
Red Bull coming back at us again. I think they'll be up there. Business as usual from Mercedes, and Ferrari, I think, will have sorted out all their strategy problems. What's your predictions for the sprint race and the Grand Prix? What are your predictions?
We do have a sprint race this weekend as well as a main race. I think we're going to be looking at a George Russell win for the sprint. And I see Leclerc winning. I mean, I'm basing this off of pure guessing. There's no knowledge behind this.
I'm not too far off from you. I think Ferrari will win the Grand Prix, and I do think, I think George Russell will win the sprint, but under controversy. So I think something will happen which will mean that they don't go on to win the Grand Prix. But let's see. I think Ferrari will have it together, and I think Red Bull and McLaren will be right up behind them.
I did try to find this before we recorded, and I can't find where I saw it, but I did see Max state that he finds the car a completely new car after this 5-week gap and has seen an improvement in it. So could this be the time that we see a little bit of a flip? We see Max's performance coming back.
We need him to get Happy Max back and start enjoying his racing again in F1.
Yeah.
Just to put to bed all of these rumours that he's going to retire. I still don't think he'll be in Red Bull next year. I think he'll be in Formula One though.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. So, as I say, Miami this weekend, back to a proper race, which means a proper episode next week.
Yeah.
None of this clutching for ideas to try and fill the gap.
Correct.
Hopefully a lot of chaos, but we will see.
I think there'll be more. More chaos. So do you want to go over the race times for everybody?
Yes. So, and this was a bit of a surprise to you as well when we did take one. But first practice 1, which starts us off on Friday, May the 1st, 12 p.m. local time, midday, which will be 5 p.m. UK. FP1 has been extended to 90 minutes long.
Interesting. I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
It gives
so
them a bit...
we spoke about last week about the potential regulation changes. We've still not heard anything concrete about whether those changes are 100% coming to Miami, but we will see what happens this weekend. So so FP1 has been extended to 90 minutes long. Then the qualification for the sprint race will be at 4:30 local time, which is 9:30 in the evening at UK. Then the sprint race itself will be on Saturday, midday local, 5 p.m. UK. Then following that will be qualifying for the main race at 4 p.m. local, 9 p.m. UK. And then the race itself will be Sunday, again, 4 p.m. local, 9 p.m. UK time. So finally, not an early morning. The two people that are not morning people.
Exactly. But I cannot wait to get into some racing. I cannot wait.
Yeah, me too. So apologies that this is a bit of a shorter episode. It's 100% on me. I started editing and then realised there was no audio on my behalf. I have had computer issues this week. Half of my USB ports died on my computer and I just didn't check. So that's on me. Going forwards, we are going to be testing before we record. We're 1-1 now and we're going to keep it a draw. Yeah,
and we're not going to go any further. So apologies, like Karl says, but next week we'll be back to racing.
Yes.
We'll have a full episode for you where we review the races, which I know you will want more of. But we will see you all next Tuesday for the review of the Miami Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And from me, Tom, and
Karl.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.